to where you can hear me. So today, what I was saying with Apple is there was news between Apple and Baba. They had an agreement or a partnership with some AI integration, and so when they did, both Baba and Apple went straight up pre-market. And I had just told everyone, I was like, man, this stinks because it's going to get up to the 233 level. I'm not going to be interested in trading into it. I will trade above it if it gets above it, but I'm not going to trade into it right at it. However, I did say if it pulls back to the 228, I will be all in. And sure enough, it pulled back all the way right before market open and then blasted straight up. So once that happened, I just got in and I told everybody in the group, hey, this is a breakout. I'm getting in. If it comes back down, I'm exiting. I'm not going to just hope it works. I'm going to get out. So I got in. I should have scaled off here. I think I was busy with the other trade or something, and I just missed my scale out by the time it had pulled back. I did scale out on at this level, scaled 5 off. I then scaled one more when it got to my long LRCs. These are two long LRCs right here, overlapping. There's a super long and a long. And if you don't know what that is, I have it in my other videos. You can find it. Super long, all it means is it's just way further back. So I may be back like a year out, maybe a year and a half out. And the long is the latest trend. Like, so if it's in an uptrend, it'll be the longest the latest uptrend move. Or if it's a downtrend, it'll be the latest downtrend, usually a few weeks out. Um, Sometimes it can be a week out, but I usually try to get further back if I can. Anyway, I'm going to make a video solely to explain the ins and outs of the long LRC shortly. So anyway, I took 5 off here, consolidated at the red, moved above. I did scale out one more at the push to the long LRC. I waited to see what would happen. Had a good push up here, took 2 more off on this push, and then I got above the 230, the 233, and I took 2 more off. Or no, I took 1 off here actually. And then I held one, and I held one, held one. And when it hit my yellow LRC, that's where I exited. So I exited the trade. I ended up with 1,150. But it was a banger of a trade. Excellent, easy trade all day. You can respect the 20 EMA as usual. Could have rode this thing all the way up here, but honestly, you wouldn't have gained hardly anything. You probably wouldn't have gained anything for the deterioration just to get that little bit. Sometimes this looks like so much better, but if you draw a straight line across, I mean, you're really not getting but this little bit. So my exit right here was fantastic. Couldn't have been happier with it. Only thing I think it would have been better to scale out there. I would have had a little bit more cushion, but that's okay. It happens. Um, and so my next trade was the Baba trade, which I did a good bit better at 1866. I did get in heavier though, right? So I was in much heavier on Baba. Um, and so you can see Baba did the same thing as Apple, pre-market, straight up. The only downside with Baba is it didn't pull back during pre-market, but what it did do is you can see market open, where did it go? Right to my 111, which is what I wanted it to pull back to in order to get in it. And so we were all prepared for this. I think everybody in the group that was able to listen got in this, and they got Apple, Baba, and I think they may have got into the SPX trade with me. I don't know, but um, I know that a couple people got Tesla to the downside and did really good. A couple $3,000 trades. So really, really good day today. Um, Anyhow, 111 was the level. Well, guess what? It happened. Boom! It hit. This candle went up, stopped right at my 20 EMA, went above my cyan, my mean of my LRC, I entered calls here 20. It went up. I didn't scale out. It pulled back, came down, and went back up. I added 20 more on this push back up and hold. I was watching the buying pressure right here, and I was like, oh, I like this. Normally, I wait for green and green. I kind of jumped the gun and got in this one. So I think what had happened is it did go green when I got it. So I should have waited for this to close and waited for two greens. And in reality, this would have been the smartest and best area to enter, and it probably would have been right at the same amount. So I jumped the gun a little bit, which could have hurt me. So that's why it's important to really focus. It could have hurt me if this came and flushed and went down, because we never know what's going to happen. All we can do is trust our levels, and if it goes through the level, then it's just a bad trade and didn't work out. But what happened here is I noticed it came down, went below my cyan, held. I also had this long LRC, which I was respecting to keep it to the upside, as well as this what was resistance but became support. So, and it was support right here. So I felt pretty confident in this. However, feeling confident doesn't make you not lose money. Anyway, so I just kept watching the price action, and when I got this move here, it was a good move. I scaled 30 off. I took 30 of my 40 off right there. And so I held. I scaled two at my long LRC. It hit my upper long LRC level. I scaled two there. When it pushed up again, I scaled two more. And at 6, it kind of went down, started going back up. I was like, you know what? I'm going to lock in a couple more just in case. I locked in two more. And normally I would have got out here, but we were talking and I missed it and I got out here. So no big deal. It wasn't like a big deal. I was able to make $1,866. But honestly, if you're in some other trades and you don't have as much cushion, this could be a big deal, right? This could have been a couple $100. So, and it probably was. From here to here, oh yeah, it definitely was, because I was up over 2,000 on this trade up here. So I ended up with 1866. So it is kind of a big deal by not doing that, not getting out on the second red, because um, because I was a little bit extended. I was already up really well. And I also noticed that other things were happening in the market that caused me, that I was like, ooh, okay, this may start going down. So I got out. Good trade, excellent trade, actually. And this is the trade that was the hectic trade coming up. So, yeah, I didn't spell Houston right. I said Houston. So, Houston, we have a problem on one, because I was in this super heavy, guys. I was in 40 contracts on this. I held it overnight. I needed it to stay above 207 to be okay. Well, it had flushed all the way down to 204 here, and then I get this wonky candle at open. But what saved me and kept me in this trade was my LRC and my long LRC. So this is my long LRC right here, this one. Right, it's hard to see it because this is over it. But that's my long LRC. This is my red, my LRC. So I was holding this. I was in drawdown. I was pretty low. I think I was down like 10 grand on this trade in this area right in here. But I got this push, this push, this push. I held. I was getting close to, I think I was in profit here. I almost took profit, but I didn't. I waited. I felt like an idiot because it came back down. But then my long LRC is what just kept me in it. I realized that I'm above it now. It's retesting it and the 200. Let's see if it continues. It continued. I traded up to the yellow and I exited 20. I waited. And I was like, I've had enough. I'm getting out. And I got out right here for a $2,790 profit. So absolutely fantastic trade today. It was just, it was gorgeous. So um, it was, I shouldn't say it was gorgeous. It was awesome that it worked out. The other trades were awesome. They were gorgeous. This one was hairy. Not gonna lie. I was like, dang it, this thing's gonna go down. I'm gonna take a massive loss. But it ended up, working out. I trusted the levels. The levels worked out. So um, that's why you trust the levels and you have to have your convictions. Of course, I let it get below my levels that I wanted it to get below. Like I did not want it below this long LRC, but thank goodness after a few candles it moved above. So it kind of got me back feeling okay about the trade. So good trade, very, very good trade. Excellent, great profit. So can't complain about that. I'm not going to do that much more though, because that was kind of crazy. I did get into an SPX trade that took a while to work out, but it did. And that was, pull up my SPX trade over here. I didn't make a whole lot on it, but I still did okay. I made $230. See, 942. Yep, that's the one. So, and this is the one I got in right here. And of course, it just went sideways after that. And I was able to scale two out here and one out here. Oh no, I see what happened. Never mind. This is why this one did not, why I didn't profit so much. Okay, so I entered 3 contracts right there, and I was expecting it got through this is an oil break line right here, this cyan line. It's another indicator that we use in the Discord. I'm above my 20, my 200. It's pushing up. Had a push up, came back down, retested, went back above. I entered right here, thinking I was going to get continuation from here up. I did not, but I got in 3. So I'm in 3 right here. And it just went down. I was in drawdown. It went up. I was close to break even, down, drawdown. When it went up right here, I took 2 off. I scaled 2 off, and I literally scaled 2 off for 5 cents per contract. That's all I got for that scale off. So it was more of like a de-risking. And then of course, this is what happens to me all the time, I swear, man. Of course, as soon as I scale out, next candle, boom. And I exited on this one for $230. And that was my trades for the day. That was it. All of them. Not a whole lot. The real good move was this double, the retest of the cyan right there. If you guys are trading this strategy and you're just, being patient, and you're watching price action, and you get a move down below the 20 and the 200 or just the 20, and it hits one of the LRC levels and does this, when it wicks off of it with strong buying pressure, get in, or get in. I can't write. Get in right there as soon as you go above the close of the screen and hold on, because that's what you get. And that was a beautiful trade, and I didn't get it, but that's okay. I got plenty of others. And that's it, guys. That was my trades for the day. Very simple. Not a whole, no craziness, just straight up, just straight up good trades. That was it, man. That was a beautiful entry trade. That would have been so good to get. Once again, trading the strategy, if you're extended from your 200 and your 20, you could absolutely take a break of structure or this bottoms here, right here, trade it down. I'd scale out here, see if you get a bigger push. You start weakening, go green, exit right there. Look for another trade here. Doesn't give you anything worth trading. You could try, but then you'd probably hop out for maybe break even or a loss. But then this one is the good one. I would have got in probably on this candle, held because I didn't get back below my 20 EMA, stayed above my LRC, scale out here, exit here, done. It's that simple. It's easy. You can do it every day, every single trading day. You can do this, trade the exact same scenario and profit every day. Whether you're trading a large account, whether you're trading a small account. Now, of course, scaling out, you can't scale out much if you don't have a lot to scale out with, but you can just trade and take your profits at the target levels and move on. And I mean, you can easily get 30, 40, 50, up to 100% almost every day trading this strategy. Today's trades, my Apple trade was over 100. I was 130%. And it wasn't even like, this would have been amazing. But I didn't trade any SPX. I don't know why I haven't traded SPX. I usually do well, but I haven't traded it in the last few days. I mean, I have a little bit, but not like I used to. Like, I would trade 2 or 3 times and rack up like that. That is so absolutely perfect. It's kind of stupid. That's such an easy trade to make and to see setting up. Once again, just to kind of help explain it for those of you that may not get it. You have your LRCs, right? You have your cyan here. We have our oil break here. We have our red LRC here. You're consolidating. It looks gross. Your breakout structure here, that would have been a trade entry. And then it would have, that one was a fake out. You would have either got out for a loss or you would have taken some profit. And let's say you either broke even or had a loss on this trade. However, you wouldn't have to take a loss if you trade the typical trading strategy, which would be hard if you're an SPX, right? But my typical trading strategy is 2 consecutive reds below the 20 EMA. Well, I only got 1 consecutive close, or 1 close below, not a consecutive. Next one's green, next one's green. That would have kept you in it, would have given you a heart attack, because you'd probably be down $1,000 with 2 contracts right here. But if you stayed convicted, stayed true to your strategy, or the strategy that I talk about, it's my strategy, but it can be yours or anybody's. Depends on your strategy, but my strategy is 2 consecutive closes below the 20. If you get this and you FOMO out and then it does this, then you're just really pissed, right? So you have to have some set of rules, stick to them. If they happen to not work that trade, that doesn't mean you failed or you did anything wrong. It just means that it didn't work out that time. That's how you have to take on trading. But look how beautiful the LRC strat is. Look at this, guys. It's just too good. Too good. Another entry right there. Bam. Back to this one. Bam. To that one. Consolidate it. It just doesn't, it never ceases to amaze me every day. It's the same thing every day. It's just incredible. So anyway, guys, I hope you all had a fantastic day trading. We did in the group. Also, if you're interested in joining, come and join us. You can join. I have a free section that there's a good group of guys in there that are working and trading and doing very well every day as well. And I have a membership section that I'd love to have you as a member or as a part of. It is, we trade live every day. I do not show my live trading, but I call out my trading because I do, most of my trading is from my grids. I will see what's happening there, and then I'll pull it up on my active trader and make my trades. So I do everything verbal, and as a group we work together call out trades that we see, call out stocks that we see setting up. And man, it's just amazing. We have just such a good time every day. So we'd love to have you. If you want to come join, that would be great. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can put them in the comments, or you can drop into the Discord and ask the questions there. And if you're struggling or having any issues trading, feel free to ask me questions. I have no problem helping everyone. Quick, I guess a quick announcement is do not trust anybody with my name or anything that sends you anything. I will not contact you any way whatsoever. I will not send you a friend request. I will not accept your friend request. I will not try to sell you anything at all. The only thing that I have is a paid membership to trade live daily. That's it. Outside of that, everything that you ask for, I'll do for free or help you if I can. I'm not going to charge to help people. So if that's something you need, just ask. But please don't fall for their scammers. There's tons of them. But anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I will catch you on the next video. Thanks again for watching. And please hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good night. Good night, everybody.